Cornish Flat, New Hampshire. In second place is the entry from Cherrywood, Cindy Ocken and family of Ambia, Indiana. And the winning entry from Halpin Farms, Kempton, Illinois. Judge Trapp, your comments, please.
We got a great group of cattle out here right down the line, but the uniformity of this first group, this youthfulness that they possess, the dairiness, the quality of udders, carries them on top of the class. They just move a freckle nicer on those rear feet and legs than this youthful group that's coming out in second. Second over third, the second place group for us, just a little bit more uniformity in their clean cutness and their dairiness over the group in third. Third over fourth, very close placing here, but the group in third for us today, just a few more calvings on these individuals and a little bit more strength up through the front end than the group in fourth. Then fourth over fifth, the fourth place group just holds the power that the depth of rib, the overall sweep to the rear rib than the group that's coming out in fifth. And then fifth over sixth, the fifth group, just a little cleaner, sharper, spill a little bit more milk from end to end than the powerful group that's coming out in sixth. Congratulations to our exhibitors.
There were 6 groups shown in the best 3 females class of the Milking Shorthorn Show. Entry 2456 placed second. 2458 was sixth. 2459 was third. 2460 was the winning entry from Halpin Farms of Kempton, Illinois. Entry 2461 was fifth. 2462 did not place. 2463 was fourth. 2464 and 2465 did not show. The class now entering the ring is Produce of Dam, and the first place award is presented by Hillcrest Alfalfa, Campbellsport, Wisconsin.
For those of you following along in your catalogs in the Brown Swiss Show, we have the final placings for the Spring Yearling Heifer class. There were 28 Spring Yearlings shown. Entry 784 was 20th. Entry 785 did not show. Entry 787 was 9th, 788, 21st, 789 was 25th in the class. Entry 790 was 12th. 791 did not show. Entry 792 was 23rd. Entry 793 was 22nd in the class and was the 5th junior. 794 was 4th. 795 did not show. 797 was 8th. 798 did not show. 799 was 26th. 801 was 11th. 802, 10th. Entry 803 was 6th in the class and was the winning junior entry, Top Demarc Wonder Zoe, exhibited by John Paul Ragusi of Modesto, California. Entry 804 did not show. Entry 805 was 19th in the class and was the 4th place junior. 806 was 24th. 807 placed 27th. 808 was the winning entry and the best bred and owned Renegade Fairdale PS Karma ET, exhibited by Rottinghouse Woods and Sparrow of Owenton, Kentucky. Entry 809 was 15th. 811, 17th. Entry 812 was 16th. 813 stood 5th. Entry 814 was 28th. 815 was 2nd place in the class, Cutting Edge Reba Ruth, exhibited by Peter Vale, Ken Main, and Jay Roebuck of Copiague, New York. Entry 817 was 13th in the class and was the 2nd place junior, Maple Sugar Zeus Bella, exhibited by Chelsea Young of Tinmouth, Vermont. Entry 818 was 3rd in the class. Entry 819 was 14th and the 3rd junior. Entry 820 stood 7th, and entry 821 was 18th. The class now in the Brown Swiss Ring are the Winter Yearlings. First place in this class is presented by Nelson McCammon of Monroe, Wisconsin. Wisconsin Brown Swiss Association will be presenting the Brown Bred and Owned Award, and the Junior Award is presented by the Blessing families of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Judge Trapp has completed his placings in the final class of the International Milking Shorthorn Show. For Produce of Dam, in third place is the entry from Hardcore, Keith and Donette Fisher, New Enterprise, Pennsylvania. Entry 2470 was second. GMC Farm, Gregory and Marcia Clark of Cornish Flat, New Hampshire. And the winning entry from Landsbrook Farm, St. Olaf, Iowa. Congratulations, and now to Judge Trapp for his final comments on the day.
Well, again, really nice 4 groups out here. This first group, the strength of their placings, the dairiness that they possess, they're a little bit more youthful in their udder attachments than the group that's in second. Right when you get in behind them, more extension at the top of the rear udder in first over second. Second over third, the second place group, just more depth to the rear rib, a little bit more spring of rib than the group that's coming out in third. And then third over fourth, the third place group has more bloom of udder. They also have a little bit more width of udder all the way through than the dairy group that's coming out in fourth. Congratulations.
If you would like to mark your catalog on that final class, 2466 did not show, 2467 and 2468 also did not show. 2470 placed second, 2471 was fourth, 2472 was third, and 2473 was the winning entry from Landsbrook Farms, St. Olaf, Iowa.
Our officials have named their winners in the Winter Yearling class. At this time, I'd like to recognize our second place junior. Please take a step forward. Cutting Edge Secret D, exhibited by Kyle Barton of Copiague, New York. In third place in the class, and first junior, is Top D-Mark Parker Jojo E.T., exhibited by John Paul Ragusi of Modesto, California. Second place in the class and the best bred and owned goes to Top Acres Supreme Wizard E.T., entry 847, exhibited by Wayne Sliker of St. Paris, Ohio. And the winning entry is entry 836, Jody James Nikisha, exhibited by Arethusa Farm of Litchfield, Connecticut. Congratulations. And now for his reasons on this class, Judge Lammers.
Another great group of heifers here, and I think a lot of quality on down the line, and I think 2 heifers that sort themselves to the top, and I think it's a really close placing for me. The first heifer, just so much style and balance when she gets out on the move. You love the angularity, the silkiness of hide, the straightness of lines, giving her that advantage over a heifer in second. On the move, she's just a little stronger in that loin. When you get them in line, I prefer the pin setting on our first heifer, just a little more correct from hooks to pins. I prefer the way the tail sits between those pin bones, a little more desirably than this big, strong heifer in second. I do grant the second heifer got a little more depth, a little more openness to that rear rib today. It's that advantage in overall frame that gets our second heifer over our third. She's a taller, more upstanding individual. She's longer from end to end than our third place heifer. Third over fourth, I think the third heifer just more closely follows that pattern. She's longer from her nose to her withers. She's cleaner down through that throat and brisket today than the real correct heifer here in fourth. Fourth heifer, maybe not a real big heifer, but you love the straightness of lines, the correctness of top. She gives that advantage over a heifer in fifth. When we get them in line, our fourth heifer much fuller in her crops. I prefer the way she's stronger out over that top line today than our fifth place heifer. Fifth over sixth on that rump structure, more level from her hooks to her pins. She keeps that rump down a little more desirably. The sixth heifer, kind of the problem heifer in the class. You love the size and scale, the depth and openness of rib. But she has that advantage in overall length today than over a heifer in seventh. She's much longer from end to end. Seventh place heifer, you love the straightness of lines, a very well-balanced heifer. Just like to give her a little more length of body today to compete with those other heifers in the class.